Peace, and blessing. And hope everybody have a wonderful holiday season. We got Hanukkah, we got Kwanzaa, we got Christmas, and many more winter festivals ahead of us in the New Year's. Before this holiday, y'all know what season it is. Movies, and more movies is coming. Before Christmas actually hit, there are a few movies that came out at the end of November, and also some that came out at the beginning of December. Today we're going to do a movie review on 3 movies. First, we have Zootopia. Then we have Five Nights at Freddy. And last but not least, we have Predator Badlands. And I hope everybody enjoyed the show. If you haven't seen the movie, please, I recommend you go see the movie. And if you didn't see the movie, this review might not be for you because it might have some spoilers. So we got Zootopia 2. We got Predator Badlands. And we have Five Nights at Freddy Part 2. So you can say it's a lot of sequels and trilogies and much more dropping. I'm your host, Henry, and none other than your co-host, Shin Akuma JML. What's up? What's up?
Hey, man, I'm chilling. How about you?
Good.
Hey, and I forgot we should have brought out that new trailer for Supergirl too. Because that new trailer just dropped for the Supergirl movie too, and it was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be dropping a few trailers because on Christmas Day. Oh, even before Christmas Day, we got December 18th, a few movies coming out. You have Anaconda with Jet Black coming out on Christmas. We have, oh my goodness, so many movies. You got Grinch coming out, 25-year anniversary of the Grinch. When I seen that, I'm like, oh man, I'm getting old. 25 years.
And the SpongeBob movie is coming out too, I heard.
Yeah, SpongeBob for the kids and also for the people who raised in SpongeBob era. They will be having SpongeBob. And let me not forget a movie that been dear to me when it first came out. Part 2 was good. This the third installment. Avatar Fire and Ash. That's going to be coming out. So there's some good movies.
Yep, and I heard that Avatar is going to have the trailer for what everybody been anticipating for years now, the Marvel Avengers Doomsday.
Yes. And also, next year, February, we got for the people who into scary movies, you have Scream 7. So
that's how you know we're getting old, Henry. We got to Scream 7, brother.
I know. It's on
I remember
7
seeing Scream 1 in the theater.
Yes. The main character, she got children in the movie. So so they not keeping young people jumping the storyline. They actually keeping some of the people in there. So
You
now
did the
we're
same thing
gonna.
though. When I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes, the first movie we're gonna be getting into is a Disney movie, Disney Zootopia 2. Let's get into it.
Bunny Fox. This is a make or break assignment. Fail and I will split you up.
No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
Hops and Wild?
Wild and Hops. The dream team. Sorry, Paul.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Kiss the second ring right now.
Stop in the name of the law! I'm really sorry.
No.
Stop pulling my ears, stop pulling my ears. Never pull up on his ears. I have to help my family.
You know, this is not your worst idea.
Wow, that was almost a compliment.
Your worst idea is what you did with your ears.
First, the disclaimer: we are not getting paid by Disney or any other studio to present these movies. These are movies that we are proud patriots of movie life. So we go to the movie theater and watch these movies, and we want to give y'all a taste of it if y'all don't go to the movies and watch it, or if you watched it and you want to talk about it, we here. So Shin, how you feel about Zootopia?
I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was a balanced story. If you ask me, it was really like a good comedy. It had a lot of comedic elements in it, and it wasn't like too I don't want to say it sound too cliche, but it didn't seem too much like a regular Disney movie. You know what I mean? It seemed more like it was a comedy more so, and like, but they had that good cop, bad cop, partner cop movie vibe going with it though too. So I like that.
Like the storyline, did the storyline play its part? Did it resonate?
Yeah, it did. It was it seems like it was it was like a story about the two officers, and and their miscues as being police officers, even though they were celebrated for solving the first crime in the first movie, but they were also suffering the mistakes of being ambitious, and having to go through those trials and tribulations of trying to be the best at what they do.
Yeah, like you mainly saying like they solved such a big case in their world, they felt like they gotta do something better with their time. Like, hey, we got this big break. We gotta solve the next big case. Anything else is irrelevant.
It's because they were trying to prove themselves. You know what I mean? It's like the typical story in the real world. You got to try to prove yourself, and it's the people who usually you're working with, like in this case in Zootopia, the police department. They were all hating on them because they had solved that crime in the first Zootopia with the little sheep. So they got who was the judge. So they got mad about that. They were hating because they really didn't get any popularity or any notoriety off that. and everybody always seemed to be the Judy and Nick seemed to be always being identified. People knew who they were in the movie. Like even when they was in random places and stuff, people knew who they were and what they had done before previously. So their accolades, you know, and stuff. And people was always they were kind of like also touching on those themes of racism and classism, and especially, you know, with them people that we be talking about all the time on this channel. We don't got to get too deep today.
Yeah.
They had that element in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with that element, it feel like what is going on in the TikTok world where African Americans say, hey, most of all this that we call America would not be without us, where other people take the credit. Like K-pop. I just been scrolling through TikTok and it have people who from Korea saying that K-pop was engineered of taking the African American rap culture and making it into their own. They did not innovate it. They didn't elevate it. They took part of it, but in their culture, it's not no.
Yeah, they just transformed it.
Yeah. So
You know,
in this
and
movie,
that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? That's good because it's not like being a culture vulture or like they're not how can I say, like they're not, it's not like those people in Poland where they was outright mocking our culture. You know what I'm saying? They was mocking the hip hop and the R&B and the classic music culture over there with blackface and all that. And at least in the K-pop, they're well, not trying, but they are you know, tailoring it to their culture. And you know, because music is universal. I want to say this outright so people know, like music, movies, and things of that nature, comedy, that these things are universal because all cultures can do it and it crosses cultures. And the K-pop is just another example of that. And let's not forget the founder of K-pop in Korea, and J-pop is J-pop from Japan. And J-pop in Japan was established by Swiss Beats, so who is a well-renowned hip-hop producer, award-winning producer, you know, and he has several hits since the mid to late 90s. So, you know, it's something that it's just you gotta allow people to have their self-expression, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing I feel like even in the Zootopia movie, that was one of the messages in the movie of the Zootopia 2 was you have to allow people their ability to have their self-expression, their individual self-expression.
Yeah, because we got in the movie, we have different type of animals, different type of behavior, but put it all together and make a whole society without excluding another person or animal. And I enjoyed the new characters because it brought life. But anybody who watching from YouTube or Facebook, but mainly from YouTube, time in if you watch Zootopia 1 or you watch Zootopia 2, please comment in the chat and tell us how you feel about any of these movies. And I recommend people to go to the movies because a lot of time people be like, There's nothing going on in the neighborhood. This a boring city. This a boring area. But your local movie theater hire and give employment for young people who in high school and are also stepping out of high school employment, and it's a good thing to spend time with family. Get out the house from watching TV or being stuck and glued to your phone. You able to get out, enjoy your time with your family or friends.
And Henry, it's because we come from that era of that the movie theater was like the cultural center of our lives.
Yes.
I remember when I was younger, and I was always, every Friday I was going to the movie theater. Probably for like 10 or 15 years straight, I was going to the movie theater every Friday. And really, I stopped going to the movie theater frequently is because the Marvel movies started to get bad. Not to be honest, the Marvel movies started to be horrible. So I was like, the guy give it a little bit of a rest. But I still go if the movie is worth seeing. It's definitely worth going to the theater.
Yes, yes. And my movie history is I like around 15, 16, 17. I was working in the movie theater, a Regal up in Monroe, Louisiana. And when I was working in the movie theater, that's when The Passion of Christ came out, when White Chicks came out, the Hun Mansion with Eddie Murphy Disney movie came out. So I'm kind of like telling my age. So if you count from when them movies came out to now and add 16 years, most likely you would guess my age.
That's
But
that was like in the time of like Andrew Garfield, Amazing Spider-Man.
yes, yes. Yes, Garfield came out. But, and also Honey, the movie Honey, and Save the Last Dance. A lot of good movies came out. But now we seeing that Disney, when they put movies out, they got societal thought. It give you a think about thing. Think about the society around us. It got comedy, but the main thing we know in our community, comedy bring laughter, but it also speak of negative things are hard to talk about things, put it in a human way so we can cope with.
Yeah,
And
that's what. Hey, that's yeah. Speaking on that's what. Not to give away too much of the movie, but that's what Nick his plot was about.
yeah,
That how his life affected him, and he uses comedy and jokes to cover up the trauma.
Nick Wilder.
Yep.
Yep, Nick Wilder. We know we got some Nick Wilder fans out there. And also Judy Hopps. That's the character name. And if you got a little money in your pocket and like, hey, it's cold outside, you don't want to chill at the bus stop, chill at the corner, go visit people, just take the moment and go see a movie. And these
Especially if you can
movies,
afford it with your kids, that's one thing about we gotta realize too in this society when it comes to the kids. You can't expect kids to be well behaved and civilized in public if you don't give them the opportunity to be in public spaces.
yes. Yes, yeah. Oh, we got a fan of Nick Wilder out here. Latoya Johnson, daughter, is a fan of Nick Wilder. Yes, yes. I'm a fan of Flash. It's like a slow slaw and a speedster. He like, if I want to get somewhere, I know I'm slow, but my car gonna be fast. It's a good movie for the family of all ages. I recommend it. Thumbs up. We're gonna do a 10 point scale from 1 to 10. What you give Zootopia?
I'm gonna give Zootopia like a 7.2.
7.2. I
Yeah.
felt kind of the same way to give it a 7.5. Like, yeah, 7.5. We got an 8 in the house. So
I
it's
could see it. I could see an 8, but personally, from my history of seeing Disney movies and stuff, and because a 10 is like you're talking about 10s, you're talking about Lion King, Aladdin, stuff like that, Frozen, movies like that. But it was good, but it wasn't up there with them top bangers, though. It wasn't. It wasn't one of the top bangers, but it was good.
Yeah, why I didn't give it a full 10? Because I think the movie was kind of explaining itself too much, like trying to piggyback off the first one, like get deeper into details. Then letting it be a
I
natural
agree
flow.
with that, Henry. There was too much flashing back.
Yes. Yes. But we know we're gonna be some more Zootopia coming. We know. Because we know the deputy mayor, the she got loose. So we're gonna see what type of mischief she gonna get into. But I recommend it for children. I recommend it for family to go out with nieces, nephew, cousins, brothers, sisters, sons and daughters. Take them out. Grandparents,
Hey, don't get me
take them
wrong.
out.
I think that it's a really good movie if you want to bring children to go see it. It's a good movie
Yes.
for children to see.
Yes, yes.
And one thing I do got to say about the movie that I really appreciated was that it was very minimal hypersexualization in the movie.
Oh yeah.
You know, which I could appreciate that in a children's movie. So in a movie for younger audiences, especially nowadays where they be trying to slip that type of stuff in there.
Facts. So we're gonna go to the next movie. Movie 2. We have Predator Badlands. Let's get into it.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe. You're after a creature that can't be killed. The definitive apex predator. I could help you. Well, good luck with your journey. Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey.
Yeah, you know, it's the holiday season. We're gonna flip in and out different backgrounds to celebrate. You feel the different holiday spirit. Snow. I hope I don't see no snow no time soon. But you know, snow, wintertime represent the holiday season. But hey, Predator. We know the only one who really beat a Predator to the paw was none other than our famous actor Danny Glover. That's the name, right?
Yep.
Danny Glover. Lethal Weapon. I saying the movie right. He playing Lethal Weapon with what's his name again?
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, Mel Gibson. Right. So we also this is the second time I could literally say it's the second time that I seen for myself seen the Predator getting help. Predator versus Alien, he had received help for the female.
It's annihilated.
Yes. And then this movie, he getting help by a drone. What's the
She's a
correct
cyborg
pronunciation?
android.
A cyborg.
A cyborg android, though. She wasn't just. She's not a regular cyborg. She's a cyborg and an android combined.
Yes. And I can say about this movie is it gave the Predator movie franchise a more in-depth look of the Predator species. Their emotion, their thought, their society of things, that they not just some alien from outer space that come and just hunt. It's a lot of backstory of their hunt, tribal affiliations.
And also, that was the planet they was on was from the other Predator movie too. The Predators.
Yeah.
Have you seen Predators when they end up falling from the sky on that planet? That's the same planet with that jungle and all that in there that can try to kill you. The jungle tries to kill you. And and a lot of it has, if you get a chance too, when you see the Predator the Badlands, make sure you check out the show on FX, Alien Earth, because it has a lot of indirect but direct correlation with what's going on in the Predator movie, the Predator Badlands, because in the Alien Earth, the company that's in Predator Badlands, Weyland Utani, they are the reason why they're in the Predators on that Predators planet is because they're trying to find alien life forms that they could bring back to the Earth and turn into bioweapons. It's funny because I watched Alien Earth, the series Alien Earth, before I watched the Predator the Badlands, and in Predator the Badlands, if you didn't watch Alien Earth, the corporation aspect is kind of lost on you, the element of that. because you really don't have any clue to what's really going on with why them troops is there, those scientists and stuff, and why they're researching the predator and then that big beast thing. I forgot what that beast thing's called, but that they were trying to get that beast thing because they were thinking that it can make humans immortal if they can figure out how its genetic structure worked, that they would be able to splice the genes into humans and make humans immortal. Because you know what I'm talking about, Henry? How they was slicing that thing up, and he was regenerating like Wolverine or Deadpool.
Yes. And it was tight how, like, not giving the movie away, how that little thing was the child of that big monster, and how every turn the predator, it's like he had to go through an obstacle course. Everything around the predator was a danger to his life. He literally became the prey on that planet, actually showing how smart and how versatile the predator had to be to accomplish his goal.
That's why those scientists was observing him.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to see what he could really do. Because remember, they were saying that he wasn't even, because in the hierarchy of the predators, he was one of the weakest species of the predator.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like the one. Just so most people who that have ever seen the Predator movies, the predator who's in this, the Predator Badlands, he's not like the other predators, like from Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Predator with Danny Glover, or Alien versus Predator. He's not the same species as those other type of predators. He's a different species of a predator. That's why you could tell, though, by how his face looks. You know what I'm talking about? Because usually the ones that we've seen in the other movies are the ones that they're more lighter,
Yeah.
and then they have bigger foreheads, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
more
round,
dreads.
bigger.
Yeah.
And they got way more dreadlocks. He had more like only like the top of his head was dreadlocks. That was it.
Yeah, like a mohawk dreadlock.
Right. But they were saying that I think that has to do with the hierarchy too, because when they show the ones that's ranked higher than him, they had more dreadlocks. They had more elaborate dreadlock type hairstyles.
Yes. And it showed also with the hunt skills, also show like, hey, improvise. Like we know that the predator, not everything is an enemy. I don't think they look at what they hunt or what's around them as an enemy till they affect their mission. It's not like an anger mechanism, like, hey, you in the way, or so you a human, we hate human type of thing. It's kind of like it really, I give it, on my index of watching the movie, I give it a 10. I give the movie over 8.
I would I'll give it about like an 8.5, a 9, because it wasn't the best Predator movie.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, the last couple of Predator movies have been excellent. This one, Predator, Badlands, and Prey. That was the other one. Prey was pretty good too. And
Yeah.
they're keeping up with filling in the backstory about the different levels of the predator of their race. So I like that part about it. Oh, and we
Yes,
can't
and
forget too, that they had a ragtag that it also was kind of like Zootopia with that concept too, where where diversified beings coming together to have a common goal too, you know?
yeah. And also it gave the predator character. When we hear the predator speaks, it's not like brute. It's not like what we see as a caveman. It just brute force. You don't get no reasoning. You just get a hunter. But in this movie, it gave character to the predator, feelings where we wouldn't believe, or from the old movies that was made in the early 90s with Arnold Schwarzenegger getting hunted by the predator. We'll never know that the predator have feelings, that
Right.
they had quests, they had motivation.
And not only that they had a sophisticated society and language, you know, they also had that as well.
Yeah.
They're just not some monster like how they originally was being portrayed as like a, you know, like, because Predator started off like a horror type genre.
Yes.
Where it was more horror action combined, like a combined horror action film.
Yeah, you walk in the woods, something with a cloak on that you can't see, like a chameleon, just get you, snatch you. Like, what happened to these people? Yes,
and that's another good thing too that they explained very well in the Predator Badlands movie is that the cloaking device, not all the predators get the cloaking device. You got to be the leader of the tribe to be able to have the cloaking device, which then gives depth to the other Predator movies, because now you know that all those other predators had to go through it before the movies, like with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover and Alien versus Predator, just to get their technology, just to be able to have to wield those technologies, like to go invisible, or like we seen in Alien versus Predator, that they already had the invisibility, but they had to get the shoulder guns, those shoulder cannons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So we know that that's how their society really works. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he had in the Badlands, he had all he had was that sword, really.
Yeah.
You know, he had to, you know what I'm talking about? It was kind of a throwback too to the first one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, to the point where the Predator himself had to be on some Arnold Schwarzenegger type stuff, making weapons out of nothing. You know what I mean? He had to go in there like on some savagery and make some straight up weapons out of everyday stuff that he was finding in the wilderness. He had to make it himself.
He used his environment. Yeah, he used his environment as his advantage. He took a rough environment and created to his advantage. And also, I also agree, because watching the other Predator movies, it's like the quest, when to start the mission, you don't have everything, all the tools that take part. It's like you gotta strive for it, because on Alien vs Predator, you have the aliens start out, we got our cloak, but our tools, we got to get to this certain point to get to our tools, so we're going this mission. But when they realize the human beings already touched it and moved it,
And you could see how if you're really paying attention to that too, you know, the weapons that they was using in Alien vs Predator, right?
Yeah.
It shows you that in the Predator Badlands that how they ended up getting those designs because he was making the crude versions of those weapons, like the one that he could throw it and it could come back to him and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Though in Alien versus Predator, they had the high tech steel and all that, but in the Predator the Badlands, it shows you that he was making that out of wood and out of teeth of bones of animals that he was hunting and stuff like that. So it just lets us know that it's like a accumulated effect, you know, even though we're seeing this Predator the Badlands, which I'm assuming is an earlier time on the timeline based on what we've seen than Alien versus Predator.
Yeah. And it's a good movie. If you and your family have time while it's still in the movie theater, go and watch it. But if it hit the TV streaming service, make sure you watch it. It's 20th Century Fox created the movie. So we already know it's a Disney movie. It's part of the Disney family. So Disney have this thing of teaching people, giving people an in-depth look of diversity than just giving you a brute movie. It's out now. The Predator Badland is out. Zootopia, the Badland Predator, and also Five Nights at Freddy is out now. I recommend everybody go enjoy and watch. And it's also it's just like gave me a good time. A good time. It gave me a good time with family to watch new movies. And I recommend it to other people's family to come on and check the movies out. It's a lot of good movies out this year and some movies coming out next year. But I say now, during these holiday season, the movie production did not let us down. They didn't let us down. I say none of these movies that we given a review, none of them flop. I won't say none of them flop. When went to the movie theater, it have had a lot of people went out there and watched these movies.
Well, I can say for one thing, I know for sure that at my job, the merchandise for the Five Nights at Freddy's been selling like crazy right now too. So it's definitely popular.
Yes, yeah. The movie that they advertising now is SpongeBob SquarePants. I won't have no review of that movie. I'm not planning on seeing it. I'm not really a SpongeBob fan. But for the children's sake, you can watch it. SpongeBob was always kind of weird to me. But if you into SpongeBob, go ahead and check it out.
SpongeBob is one of those things like, you know, either you like it or you don't, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so let's get into that Five Night with Freddy's. Put that
Yes,
trailer on for
yes.
that.
Yes, here we go. Now, we going into the last movie review, but it's not the least. Part 2. Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's get it.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Definitely not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original. Nobody's been here for decades. Some little girl got murdered here. Do you guys hear that?
Hear what?
So this is what it's like? Being normal?
I think we've come pretty far, considering what we've been through.
How's Abby?
Some days she's good. Some days she misses her friends.
This story that you're gonna fix those animatronics? It's only giving her false hope.
Can any of you hear me?
Abby, help us.
It's the holiday season. You know, we got to put the holiday background while we doing the show. Hope one more time. I hope everybody enjoy their holiday season. It's getting cold out there. Make sure you stay warm, protective, drink you some good cocoa, and also don't let your kids get sick and you get sick and you can't enjoy this season. Me, I just hope it don't snow. I can't stand this snow. So this was a good movie. It gave a backdrop, a little into the history of the restaurant, Freddy's, and also
they told you right there in the trailer too. If you've seen part 1, Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one, that's what they're talking about when they said it's the one that they were talking about was the franchise location. That's the one that they were talking about. What happened in the first Five Nights at Freddy's, and this is the original location. So it seems like the animatronics in all of the restaurants are possessed. I guess that's the way that they're trying to present it.
Yeah. Let's look at the ranking. What you rank this movie?
I'll give this one. This was like a 7.8. 7.8 to 8.
Okay, we have LaTanya Johnson. She gave it a 10. And she can't wait to see part 3. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen part 1. But I can say I enjoyed this part. We got an 8. For me not seeing the first one, but seeing this one, I give it an 8. I give it an 8. These movies from me, I give a 7.5, an 8, and a 10. This one, I enjoy seeing the scary part, the parts of it. Let me put this secret out here. I was glad no African American got killed in the movie. You know, they try to kill off or part of the plot. They mainly be the ones who the goner. But the movie did allude to a part 3 that they're gonna go deeper into it. And I like the story. I like the storyline dealing with the family.
I thought it was good. I thought that it played off the first one pretty well. It was like but how they survived the first one, but they were trying to downplay it like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Like they was trying to downplay it like the machines really wasn't killing folks out here, which we know that's what most likely what would happen even in real life. If the animatronics was trying to kill people, they would try to play it off like it was a malfunction or something like that, and then try to just keep them in there in storage. And I like how they started introducing the new animatronics in there too, not just the same old characters, but I was glad it had those other characters in it from the first original one. But I also like how that marionette wasn't in the first one. The first one, it was the animals. It was only the animals.
It was
and I like how hold on, I like how I'm not gonna give away too much of the movie because it was kind of the beginning, but I like how they show why they play onto that like 90s kids, the 90s kids, early 2000s who was scared of when you go to Chuck E. Cheese for the birthday and they start crying and stuff. This is the type of movie that gives credit to why like our cousins and our friends and stuff, we was always laughing when they was see, I'm laughing now because I'm remembering times where it was my cousin and them's birthdays and they was up in there crying at Chuck E. Cheese off the animatronics. So you know what I mean? So I know this be hitting some folks where it hurts because I know they be having trauma. So but I think it's hilarious personally. I think it's hilarious.
We got a comment. They cry when they see that giant rat. I think anybody come from a big city where rats run through the subway, I wouldn't want to go see a character that's an overgrown rat.
Yeah, and a lot of kids, like when they're younger, like especially like in the 5 to 10-year-old range, if that's their first time seeing animatronic, they're definitely gonna like see. When I was younger, I never had a problem with that stuff because I always knew it was a robot under that thing, under the what it's portraying, whatever Chuck E. Cheese or whatever Five Nights at Freddy's, like these animatronics. But a lot of kids who at that time in those age groups, they don't have a lot of comprehension about that type of stuff, like animatronics. Plus, you gotta remember too, Chuck E. Cheese was one outside of Disneyland. Chuck E. Cheese was like the only spot you actually seen animatronics for real, like you know what I mean, like
and it also add a different layer to it than just scary movie towards robots. They also add a spiritual element to the movie that spirits possessing animate objects. That is not just machine malfunction. Also add a human element behind it. And that gave a different thing, because I know some people who jump when they saw that marionette just jump out the darkness. They was like, "Oh wow, yeah." They was kind of scared.
You're talking about off the rip when it came off the rip.
A few times when the marionette popped out, it was like,
yeah, the one with the water was crazy.
Oh yes.
You know, it kind of like, not to be crazy about it, but it kind of reminded me like of a less violent version of Saw, kind of.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? At certain points, certain elements of how they were executing it, it seemed like Saw. Jigsaw.
Yes. The marionette did, when I did see the marionette in it, the cheeks and stuff of the marionette.
Yeah, I thought about Jigsaw right off the rip.
Yeah, it made me think about Saw. Yes.
But it just wasn't as violent, like as gory as Saw. Like, you know what I mean? Because Saw gets wild.
And it gave that small town feeling, like when we watch Scream, where you have small town. In this movie, it was a festival. It gives the community involved. And people got to know also, I like to brag a little bit when it comes down to this. Freddy's was produced in Louisiana. Yeah, I'm from Louisiana, so I gotta put up Louisiana. Movies do get produced in the swamps. We got a lot of movies, not just movies getting made in Canada, movies made in Hollywood, movies made in New York. Louisiana got some movies. It's not just Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Louisiana got a vibrant movie scene. And it made in Louisiana, Freddy's.
Yeah, that was a good movie too. And you know what else I liked about it? It brought back that thriller element too. It wasn't just a scary movie, like where it was gonna just be like hacking, slashing, people getting killed type of scary movie. It also had those elements of suspense. You know, it really got you. It got a good like element of making you feel like you was there. It gave you the emotional feeling of the characters, and when they was in trouble, like you could really feel it. Like you could feel it. Like it was, and it's been a little while since movies, to be honest, have given me that type of a feeling, like a thriller, like where it gives you that you're on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's gonna happen. And Friday Night at Freddy's, they do a good job at sometimes making it obvious when something's gonna happen. But then they also do a good job of disguising the moment when it's gonna happen. Because in that movie, there was a lot of good jump scares.
Yes, that's
where it catches you with those jump scares, because they get you sometimes when you're not even expecting them robots to come out. Them robots is on point. You know what I'm saying? Like they was on point with their ability. You know?
Yeah.
So,
and I also look at it kind of like, I know what you did last summer. I know what you did last summer. It gives you the understanding of, hey, these people done some last summer, so they gotta pay for they gotta have consequences. In this movie, something happened in it that led to the events that occur. It's not just
Yeah, that was in the
occurring.
first one. That was in the first one.
Yes.
Because it shows you they did a good job with that too in the beginning of the movie, giving you just enough of the backstory, but not affecting the overall movie to go back to Zootopia 2. You know what I mean? Zootopia 2, it was like the whole movie they kept calling back to the first movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In Five Nights at Freddy's #2, they did a good job of establishing how it was connected to the first one, but the story of the second one didn't ride on the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was I thought it was good. I thought some of the stuff though was hilarious too. It was, some of the scenes were hilarious with how in the beginning when they was showing the flashback in the when it was still up and running. I thought it was funny and it shows you the thing and then it shows you that scary truth, right? You know, you seen it. I know you seen it. The Epstein type situations going on in the beginning, right? You know what I'm talking about, bro. I don't want to get too deep. But it was some Epstein type scenarios going on in them Chuck E. Cheese joints. That's letting us, bro, like it really opens your eyes to some real life stuff. Like when we was kids, we didn't even know what type of danger we was really lurking up in them places like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. And you know, it's like, and that one didn't look, and those ones looked real family friendly too, because it didn't look like back in the day with the Chuck E. Cheese when folks was coming up in there. You know our generation when we was kids. You know, our parents and our aunts and uncles and all them, they was getting drunk. You know what I mean? They was getting lit at Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? They was getting lit. So he was up in there. We be up in there unsupervised, jumping over the thing, jumping over the the obstacle thing, jumping behind it, stuff like that. Going behind the curtain with Chuck E. Cheese when the thing is off. But you watch that Five Nights at Freddy, you might never do that. We might never have been doing that if we was watching that. Seen that Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, and
it gave us also the notion of how far society came, like in the 60s, 70s, 80s. It was more I don't know, like the public wasn't aware of serial killers, the violence that's going on in society. It wasn't all in people's face,
or the trafficking either. Because remember that, or the trafficking. Because remember when they started in the beginning, in the beginning of the movie, you know, not to give away too much of the movie because you don't want to give too much of the plot away, but you know, they was kidnapping kids. You know what I'm saying? They was kidnapping kids off to the back in the back of the establishment, and the little kids seen them taking the children, and they went and started talking to the adults. The adults was telling them to get out of here. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm talking about? They was brushing them off. You know, that's how you know when we was younger, we lived in that era. So it was a different era. Like nowadays, if you was in the Chuck E. Cheese or some type of establishment like that, and you talking about you seen somebody snatch some kids up and bring them to the back, people might try to go look into that. But
Yeah.
back in the day, people would think you're just making up stories.
Yes. And then it went from that era to the point to the modern era where everybody want a piece of the story. It's like it become trending. It's like somebody got Marilyn Manson shirt on, but back in the day, we know what he was doing.
Yeah, they wasn't even like it was more or less like taboo to be messing with Marilyn Manson back in that day. That's what people don't, if you're not from that era, because we might be talking to a lot of millennials, and Generation Alpha and all of that, these people born after 2000. So they really don't know. They don't have any type of idea. And I feel like it was a lot of callbacks to those eras. Like, you know what I mean, Henry? It was like nostalgia for people like us who we grew up in those eras. So we know we would see these things and we would get those feelings and those memories and have those type of, those type of situations where we in our life we've been in those type of circumstances where we've been in Chuck E. Cheese and we've had people like I said before getting scared of the animatronics. We had situations where we've all tried to tell our parents something, or we tried to warn them about something that's going on, and then they didn't believe us because we was kids. It kind of brings that kind of nostalgia back, like Rugrats type theme type. Sometimes you got to go investigate it yourself, even though because the adults don't want to believe you. Scooby-Doo type aspects,
Yes. Going out. Thank y'all for watching the show tonight as we done the movie review. We're going to skip ahead real quick because I want to tell y'all about the next shows coming up. We're going to be discussing about forever chemicals. Chemicals that get sprayed in our food supplies that is very harmful to the soil and our health as human beings. And we're also going to be speaking about updates going on with Venezuela. As right now, United States just done an Iranian move. They hijacked an oil tanker. I won't say they seized. In my eyes, they stole an oil tanker because what they're going to do with it, they're going to confiscate the tanker, take the oil like they done the Iranian vessel. They're going to take the oil, and then they might seize the ship also for breaking sanctions.
Hey, all I gotta say is that was a wild video. They had it on it's propaganda because it was on the legacy media and they were showing them how you gonna be showing the military holding up civilians with assault weapons on a non-military ship on a commercial vessel. Yeah. Then people didn't even have no weapons and nothing like that, and they was in there with the heavy machine guns on them. All you see is these people coming out like this, like, you know what I mean? They're just trying to get paid. Imagine that. That's like if you're driving the boat, yeah, you guys is on the boat. You're going to go make some money so you can pay for your family to live, and all of a sudden, the United States military is jumping out on you as soon as you hit the international water. They're jumping out on you on some Rainbow Six, Black Ops 2 type stuff.
No,
trying to hold you up. That was, Henry, that we call that in the hood. That was a stick.
Yeah, when I look at that, it reminds me of what's been going on from the beginning of this year when the Houthis of Yemen hijacked the ship and the international community was at all crying in America. Great Britain, Arab nation was crying about the Houthi boarding ships and bringing the ship close to Yemen. Now America is doing the same thing, and it's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. So we're going to speak more on this, what's going on in Israel, what's going on in our community. We're going to be speaking about Somalians here in America and the TikTok trends dealing with the Samoan. It's a lot of African Americans want the Samoans to go. Some people believe African American is jumping on the Make America Great bandwagon. And some people feel like African Americans want Africans, all Africans from Nigeria all the way to Ethiopia to go back home. Some people feel like the Africans came here and took the side of YT people. White people, European descent, however you want to call them or feel. They feel like the Ethiopians, the Africans went with the YT people and looked down on African American, feel like we didn't have a culture. And now they're like, hey, you didn't help our community. You was helping build up the YT community. Look what the YT people doing to y'all now. They kicking you out. And African Americans like, don't run to us now for help. You was talking down about us. Don't come look for us help. That's what I've been witnessing in the TikTok world, dealing with Somalia.
Because it's just one of those things. It's like we need it's just one of those things, everybody's always against the Black community because that's just popular, I guess. I'm just going to say it the way it is. It's popular, it's a trend, and it's bad because everybody's against us until them people is against them, and then all of a sudden they're crying for us to come help. So, and as a people, we have to start holding these other people groups accountable. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be racist either. So, but like, don't let that go over your head. I'm not being racist, but these people have to be accountable for their actions. You can't just do that. You got to think about it on a personal level. If somebody moves into your neighborhood and they're doing everything in their power against you, and then the neighborhood turns on them and starts doing the same things to them, and now they come crying to you for help, what are you gonna do as the neighbor? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna help them, knowing that they're trying to hurt, that they've been trying to hurt you and take you out, or are you gonna be complacent? Because sometimes you gotta let people just get their karma. That's how it works. Yeah. You can't be out here running to everybody's defense, especially when nobody defends you, right? Because yes. That's where your strength comes. That's the strength of saying no. That's the strength of having your own self-expression. That's the strength of being independent, is that you don't need other people or external validation for you to be able to maintain yourself and your agenda of how you're living your life. But at the same time, we're all adults here, so it doesn't matter your race. We're all adults here, right? At the end of the day, would you say that, Henry? We're all adults at the end of the day. So every adult is accountable for themselves. So if the United States government is talking about deporting folks out of the country, then what they got to do is whatever they got to do for themselves. You know what I mean? You can't come crying to me because I'm a citizen and say that I'm supposed to help you not get deported after when you came over here and you started, getting involved with calling people different racial slurs, getting involved with various gang stalking techniques and various bullying and financial oppression, and like it's one of those things you got to hold people accountable I guess the best thing for me to say at this point is, like, to quote Malcolm X, the chickens is coming home to roost, boy.
Yeah.
Chickens coming home to roost.
Yes. For everybody, make sure you hit the like, hit the share. Make sure you share to groups, messenger, friends, family. Get people involved. See, hit that thumbs up. Hit that bell notification so you can see it. Once we go live, you will have notification of our live. When we upload a short, you can know that when we uploaded the short. And share. So we got shorts that we put out also. Some of them funny, some of it informative. Check them out. Eat joy. So whenever you have time and you don't want to pay for a movie, you want to watch a movie and you got your phone with you, then uploading a video, you will go to YouTube. Right now, you can watch The Prince of Egypt free with ads on YouTube. It was made in 1998. You got 2024 movie Dumb and Dumber 2 free with ads. For the kids who into Teen Titans, we got Teen Titan Trouble in Tokyo free with ads. It's an animation made in 2007. If you want some action,
hey, don't forget,
you got the Hunger Games.
Don't forget. I was gonna say the Chronicles of Riddick is on there too.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good movie.
The Chronicles
You got
of
the
Riddick
Hunger
is bad.
Games.
That's what I had to say it.
Yes. Made in 2012, free with ads. If you into comedy, from 2007, we got Norbit. Eddie Murphy Norbit. Oh yeah, that's a funny movie. Every time I see it, I gotta crack up. You got Lucretia, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, that movie is hilarious.
Yeah,
it's a classic right there, Norbit.
And if you into the Wayans brother, you got Sean and Marlon Wayans with Little Man. Came out 2006. Is a comedy. It's also out. You can go check. If you into Sonic the Hedgehog 2020, you can watch free with ads. It's a PG movie.
Yep, that's a good movie to watch with your kids.
Yes. So let's see. That's all the movie on the radar for now. On YouTube, you could go and check it out anytime and know that Superman gave us a glimpse into Superman, that Supergirl. The official trailer is out. It's coming out 2026, Supergirl. Once it come out, you already know. You already know. Newsroom 16.1 will be doing a movie review. We're gonna be talking about Avatar, Fire and Ash. We're gonna be talking about Anaconda with Jet Black. There's so many movies. So many movies coming. I'm not going to see Screen 7. I'm not really a scary movie person. And it's not because I'm scared of scary movies. No, sometimes I just don't like how they be tripping and falling over their own shadow. Be running away from the person who hunting them, and they just fall out the blue, or go put their ear to the door like they can hear something. Get away from the door. Get away from the door. But if Shin,
that's one thing I gotta say about scary movies is sometimes it be on the up.
We're gonna still talk about it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I watch Scream. Scream is a good movie to me. I like Scream.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So I want to thank everybody for coming to watch us tonight as we did this movie review. And if you didn't watch all the movie that we speak upon, watch it. Once it hits streaming service, watch it. You enjoy. I say you enjoy. If you got grandchildren, they enjoy Zootopia too. If you got friends and older individuals in your family, they will enjoy Predator, and they also enjoy Five Nights at Freddy. Because people love a good sci-fi movie or a good thrill. So, Shin, you got anything else before we leave out of here?
You already know positive vibes bring positive results. Positive results means you're accomplishing your goals. Just because you're going through a negative circumstance doesn't mean you can't have a positive outcome. So make sure you stay ambitious, stay inspired, and get it done. You already know. Peace.
Yes, yes. Peace and blessing. I'm going to say it again. Go enjoy yourself some movies. Get out the house. You might don't want to spend no money on no high-priced popcorn. You might want to take some of those snacks, sneak it in your purse, sneak it in your backpack, and go in the movie theater. I'm not blaming you. You feel if you do that. They get paid. Most
hey,
of the
listen,
movie
how about
workers do get
on
paid
TikTok?
out the concession.
What about them guys on TikTok? If you need some inspiration, go watch them guys on TikTok that they be trying to sneak all type of stuff into the movie theater. One dude brought a box of cereal with a gallon of milk. The other guy, the newest one, I think they snuck the whole Thanksgiving dinner in there. They snuck a whole Thanksgiving into the movie theater. They be sneaking all type of stuff. One of they like a whole cake and everything. Like, you know what I mean? In the movie theater, Chinese food.
Yes, yeah.
McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, whatever you. Hey, listen, if you can do it, hey, I'm not against it. You know what I mean? I don't own the movie theater. Have a good night, y'all.